वीडियो को हिंदी में देखने के लिए डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिए गए लिंक पर क्लिक करें। हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू DTC क्लासेस। In this video, we are going to discuss the key concepts, standard symbols, basic terminologies, and the standard formulae of the chapter. We will also be solving a few representative examples. The most important part of the video is the discussion of the critical areas where most students lose their marks. So it would be a good thing if you note those mistakes down and made sure that you did not commit them. Section formula. Suppose we have 2 points. Point A, which has a coordinate x, y, x1, y1, and point B, which has the coordinates x2, y2. So if we join them, we have a line segment AB. Suppose another point C lies on this line segment AB, and let the coordinates of C be x, y. This C, this particular point, divides the line segment AB in the ratio m is to n, meaning that the ratio AC is to CB is m is to n. Then we can calculate the value of x, y, that is the coordinates of point C. So basically, the point which divides a certain line in a certain ratio can be calculated. The coordinates of such point can be calculated if we know the coordinates of both the points and the ratio. So the value of x coordinate will be, by section formula, mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. There is a basic rule regarding which value should be taken as x1 and y1. The value whose the side which represent m. So if you take this A as x1, y1, then AC will act as m and BC will act as n. And if you reverse the order, you take B as x1, y1, then you have to take this ratio as m and this part as n. Then the ratio will be m is to n from this direction. Generally, we take it as it is given in the question. Also, you need to remember this same formula applies for the y coordinate. The value changes from x to y. So the y is equals to my2 plus ny1 is equals to m plus n. In general, whenever there is a ratio given, for an example, m is to n equals to 2 is to 3, we never write m equals to 2 and n equals to 3 because that would be absolutely wrong. M can have any value. For an example, m has a value of 4 and n has a value of 6. Still, the value of m is to n will be 2 is to 3. So therefore, they both could be divided by using a common factor. But in this particular case, only in this particular chapter, you are allowed to use m is to n directly. Like m, if m is to n equals to 2 is to 3, you will directly take value of m as 2 and value of n as 3. Because since the numerator and denominator both consist of m is to n, the common factor can be taken out common and cancelled off. Therefore, we do not need to take the common factor into consideration. So by section formula, we can calculate the point which divides a line segment in a certain ratio. Here, the certain ratio is not 1 is to 1. That is, the point C may or may not be the midpoint. But what if the point C is the midpoint of the line segment AB? If it is the midpoint of line segment AB, that simply means AC is to AC equals to CB. That simply means the ratio will be 1 is to 1. If the ratio of this is 1 is to 1, we can substitute the value of m as 1 and n as 1. So if you put 1 here, we get x2 into 1 plus x1 into 1 divided by 1 plus 1. That is x1 plus x2 by 2. Similarly, here you will get y1 plus y2 by 2. So by midpoint formula, things become a bit easier and it is easy to remember. Also, you do not need to write 1 is to 1, etc. So you can calculate the point, if 1, 2, 3, 4 informations. So if you are given any 3 informations, you can calculate the fourth value. So by using either section formula or midpoint formula. In a triangle, if the coordinates of 3 points are x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, we can draw 3 medians. In any triangle, you can draw 3 medians. What is a median? Median is the line joining the vertex to the midpoint of the other side. So therefore, AE is the median if BE is equal to EC. Similarly, BF is the median if CF is equal to AF. And DC is a median if BD is equals to AD. So therefore, the three medians intersect at a common point. That particular point is called centroid. It is generally represented using the letter G. The coordinates of the centroid, let it be x comma y. You can calculate the coordinate of the centroid if you know the coordinates of all the three vertices. That is x1 comma y1, x2 comma y2, x3 comma y3. The value of x coordinate will be x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, and the value of y coordinate will be y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. There is no rule as to which coordinate will be x1 comma y1. You can take any one as x1 comma y1, any one as x2 comma y2, and any one as x3 comma y3. Calculate the ratio in which the line joining A minus 4 comma 2 and B 3 comma 6 is divided by the point x comma 3. Also find x. As the question states that a certain point x comma 3 divides the line segment joining the points A and B in a certain ratio, and we need to find the ratio. So before even going there, we will let the ratio m is to n. Some students, some people, some books also state that let the ratio be k is to 1 or 1 is to k. I do not prefer that method because that's an additional learning. Why will I remember one more thing if I can do it with the previous thing? So I prefer the previous thing only, but you can obviously use k is to 1, 1 is to k, whatever you want. So let P x comma 3 divide the line segment joining A minus 4 comma 2 B and B 3 comma 6 in the ratio m is to n. Also, we'll define what x1, y1, x2, y2, x and y are. So let P x comma 3 be x comma y, A minus 4 comma 2 be x1 comma y1, B 3 comma 6 be x2 comma y2. So now we know that the value of y coordinate will be m y2 plus n y1 by m plus n. So y, that is 3, is equals to m y1, that is m into 6, plus n y1, that is n into 2, divided by m plus n. Now I'll cross multiply. So we get 3m plus 3n is equals to 6m plus 2n. Now we'll shift all the m's to the right hand side and all the n's to the left hand side. So we'll get 3m minus 2n, that is n, and 6m minus 3n, that is 3m. So we'll now cross multiply again. So we have 1 by 3. We'll transpose 3 to 3 to this size and n to that side. So 1 by 3 equals to m by n. So therefore the ratio is m is to n equals to 1 is to 3. Also, whatever applies to y coordinate, also the same formula applies to x coordinate. So we can say that x is equals to mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n. Now we have the values of m and n, that is 1 and 3 respectively. And we have the values of x2 and x1. So we'll substitute the values. 1 into 3 plus 3 into minus 4 divided by 1 plus 3. 1 gives me 3. Minus 4 into 3 gives me minus 12. 3 minus 12 is minus 9. Minus 9 by 4. So we'll write the finishing statement. The ratio in which the line joining A minus 4 comma 2 and B 3 comma 6 is divided by the point x comma 3 is 1 is to 3. Also, the value of x is equals to minus 9 by 4. While solving such questions, the critical areas where you should be very careful and attentive are, you should always define what ratio you are taking. What are the variables that you are using for your ratio. So, if you are taking k is to 1, write k is to 1. If you are taking 1 is to k, write 1 is to k. If you are taking m is to n, write m is to n. Write something. Do not let it on the teacher that he'll assume that you have used a certain ratio. Also, it is always best to state which values are associated with x1, y1, x2, y2 and x comma y. So if you are not associating it, it makes a bit of a gap. Also, this makes the presentation very neat and very understandable for the teacher. The better it is understandable for the examiner, the better your marks will be. Also, we should always display the formula. We should never miss out on that. And we should never miss out on the which implies, or you write or. Whichever the term you choose, you must write and follow the rules. The question specifically asks to write about the ratio. And if you have left your answer in the fraction form, then obviously your marks will be deducted. You need to make sure that the format in which the question has demanded must be complied with. Also, we will always complete a problem sum or any answer with a finishing statement so that it sums up the question. 3 consecutive vertices of a parallelogram A, B, C, D are A, 10, -6, B, 2, -6 and C, -4, -2. Find the fourth vertex D. Since the coordinates of 3 vertices of the parallelogram ABCD are already given in the question and we need to find the fourth vertex, before going into that, we should remember certain properties of parallelogram. The property concerned here is the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. To state simply that BD and AC bisect each other, that means OA will be equal to OC and OB will be equal to OD. That is, O is the midpoint of both AC and BD. So since we know the coordinates of A and C, using midpoint formula, we can calculate the coordinate of O. And by using the midpoint formula, since we already know the midpoint and the coordinates of B, we can calculate the coordinates of D. This is the easiest way to do this sum. So let the fourth vertex D be X, Y. Now the midpoint of AC will be, that is O, 10, -6 and -4, 3. So the formula states x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. So that will be 10 plus -4 by 2, -6 plus -2 by 2. So 10 minus 4 is 6. 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. -6 minus 2 is -8 divided by 2 gives me -4. So the coordinates of O will be 3, -4. Also, the midpoint of BD will be x plus 2 by 2 and y -6 by 2. So x plus 2 by 2, y -6 by 2, or -6 plus y, same thing. So therefore, now since we know that the midpoints of AC and BD are same, since the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other, you obviously have to give a reason. The midpoints of AC and BD are same. So we can simply say that these two coordinates will be equal. So 2 plus x by 2 should equal 3 and -6 plus y by 2 should equal -4. So cross multiplying, we get 2 plus 6 equals to 6, which implies x is equals to 6 minus 2, that is 4. And here we get -6 plus y is equals to -8 and y is equals to -8 plus 6, that is -2. So to finish the question, we'll write the fourth vertex of the parallelogram ABCD is D, 4, -2. If the video was helpful to you, please like the video and share it with your friends so that it can reach to the maximum number of people. If you have any problems pertaining to the chapter, please comment your problems below and I'll try to resolve them. If you want to support us, please click on the icon and subscribe to the channel.